You're minding your own business, and suddenly a song you haven't heard in years starts playing in your head, on repeat, uninvited, refusing to leave no matter how hard you try. Scientists actually have a name for this, an earworm, and the reason it happens reveals something surprisingly strange about how your brain actually works. An earworm almost never strikes when you're busy. It strikes during a shower, a quiet walk, folding laundry, or right before you fall asleep, moments when your brain isn't fully occupied. In that idle state, your brain doesn't just switch off and rest. It actively searches for something to latch onto. And music happens to be one of the easiest, most rewarding patterns available. Here's the key part. Your brain is obsessed with patterns it can predict. A song's melody is structured, repetitive, and built to loop. Far easier to replay than a messy, disorganized memory. So once a tune gets loaded in, your brain treats it like an unfinished task, something psychologists call the Zeigarnik effect. Incomplete things stick in your mind far more stubbornly than completed ones, which is exactly why a song stuck mid-loop, never reaching its true ending, becomes almost impossible to stop replaying. This also explains why simple, repetitive pop songs get stuck far more often than complex, technical ones. Researchers studying this even identified a specific pattern behind the most earworm-prone songs. They tend to be fast-tempo, with a melody just unusual enough to stand out from the crowd, yet simple enough for your brain to memorize almost instantly. It's a strange sweet spot. Too predictable and it's forgettable. Too complex and your brain can't loop it effortlessly. So how do you actually make one stop? Research points to two surprisingly effective methods. First, listen to the song's actual ending. Playing it in full lets your brain finally close the loop, resolving the unfinished task instead of leaving it hanging open. Second, and this one feels almost like a hack, deliberately play a different, equally catchy song. Since your brain can typically only loop one earworm at a time, the new song pushes the old one straight out. Next time a song hijacks your thoughts for the 5th time today, you'll finally know exactly why, and exactly how to make it stop. If this explains something that's genuinely been driving you a little crazy, subscribe, because your brain has plenty more strange tricks like this one still waiting to be explained.